Giving my shoulder some exercise, getting it back to normality. Also would try a bit of bashing and get the front fairing into shape for this little model, whilst I'm waiting for some stainless steel nuts and bolts to arrive to make the telescopic forks with. I've also made this little aerofoil wing spoiler that's going to go on the back. Just formed it round that piece of tubing in the vise with a radius so it doesn't cut the insides there. I made most of the aluminium bodywork that's on Trevor's three-wheeler, but he later added a wing, an aerofoil, so I've made a little one here that's going to be added to the model. The purpose of that gives a ground force effect with the wind. Sometimes call them a spoiler because it actually spoils the airflow. Gives you more traction, but can add drag and slow the actual top speed down. That's why Formula 1 cars have a drag reduction system where they just open the wing so the air flows through without having any effect, and they go faster. They lose downforce on the corners, so that's another story. So that will be attached to the model after I have welded inside there first and rubbed it down, and so I can get the buffing wheel in to polish it. Then that will be attached. I made some little telescopic forks. I don't know if you can see those. All I've used is a 4mm bolt drilled through with a 2.5mm hole. Made these little tubes up. There'll be a little spring in there, and the wheel spindle pushes through, and they will be cut down with a little yoke on the top. The only thing I haven't made is the wheels. I had those lying around off an old model. That's the nose cone front fairing, hammered to shape, smoothed off. All I've got to do is a few welding bits. Needs a headstock on there to hold these forks. You can see where I've attached the wing underneath there, and at the same time we'll be using that and those brackets to fit the wheels in. I've made the little telescopic forks, just got to put the wheel in them and fit them on. Gave them a little coat of paint, and I've got the fairing to finish. I might make some little miniature handlebar levers to fit on there if I've got time. It's even wheels along, steers, goes up and down on its suspension. Most complicated model I've ever made. I've just got to fit the fairing on next and then mount it on its plinth. Before, you may have noticed black tape round the back end. That was to protect the metal from the end of the file where I was filing these little gussets at the back. Well, that's it. A model trophy model, whatever you like to call it, finished. A little bit fiddly making these little handlebar levers. Control clutch and brake, but managed it. I'm fitting that fairing in the right place.